Because in today's world, especially with sanctioned Russian megayachts, trapped doesn't mean immobilized. It means restricted, watched, and politically sensitive. And if you don't understand how these vessels actually operate under pressure, you'll miss the real story, how escape, repositioning, and survival actually happen behind the scenes. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step escape plan, not fantasy, but the exact sequence professionals would follow to move, protect, or quietly reposition a mega yacht under restrictions. Follow this in order, and you'll understand the system better than 90% of viewers. Pass 1. Reality check and constraint mapping identify what trapped actually means. First, you need to define the restriction. Is the yacht detained in port, sanctioned but floating, or under surveillance with limited movement? Why it matters. Each scenario has completely different rules. A detained yacht can't legally move. A sanctioned yacht might still move under specific flags or ownership structures. What goes wrong if you skip this? You assume total lockdown, when in reality partial mobility still exists. Pro tip: many yachts labeled seized are actually just frozen legally, not physically. Crew may still be on board. Systems may still be running. Map jurisdiction and enforcement level. You need to understand where the yacht is and who controls that water. Why it matters. Enforcement in Italy, Turkey, UAE, or the Caribbean is not the same. Some regions are aggressive. Others are flexible. What goes wrong? You apply the wrong strategy in the wrong country and trigger immediate intervention. Insider detail. Some ports enforce sanctions strictly on paper, but operational oversight can be inconsistent at night or during shift changes. Assess onboard readiness before anything moves. You need to know if the yacht is even capable. Fuel levels, crew availability, engine status, paperwork, why it matters. A yacht that hasn't run engines in weeks isn't escaping anything. What goes wrong? You attempt movement and get stuck mid-channel, drawing more attention than staying put. Pro tip: even inactive mega yachts are often maintained at minimum operational readiness for exactly this reason. FOS 2. Legal and ownership. Maneuvering restructure ownership on paper. This is where things get strategic. Ownership of mega yachts is often layered through shell companies. Why it matters. If the sanctioned individual is no longer directly tied, movement restrictions can loosen. What goes wrong? Staying under a flagged owner keeps the yacht frozen indefinitely. Insider detail. Ownership transfers can happen quietly, offshore, and faster than most people think. Sometimes within days, to flag the vessel, changing the yacht's flag state can shift legal control. Why it matters. Different flags mean different rules, inspections, and reporting standards. What goes wrong? Staying under a high compliance flag keeps you under constant scrutiny. Pro tip: some flag states are known for faster processing and less aggressive enforcement. Secure temporary operational permissions. In some cases, yachts can legally move for maintenance, safety, or repositioning. Why it matters. This is the cleanest escape, moving without breaking rules. What goes wrong? Unauthorized movement triggers seizure, fines, or blacklisting. Insider detail. Repositioning for technical reasons is one of the most commonly used justifications. VOS 3. Timing the movement. Choose low visibility windows. Movement timing is everything. Late night, early morning, bad weather, these reduce attention. Why it matters. Fewer eyes, fewer questions, fewer delays. What goes wrong? Daytime departure creates documentation checks, media attention, and possible intervention. Pro tip: most high-profile yacht movements that avoid attention happen between 2 a.m. and sunrise. Minimize port interaction. The goal is to leave with as little friction as possible. Why it matters. Every port official, Tugboat operator or fuel supplier is another potential checkpoint. What goes wrong? Too many interactions increase the chance of delays or alerts. Insider detail. Experienced captains prearrange everything quietly. Hours before departure, cracer plan destination ambiguity. You don't always declare the final destination clearly. Why it matters. Flexibility allows course changes if something goes wrong. What goes wrong? Locking into a fixed route makes interception easier. Pro tip: initial routes are often filed as short repositioning trips, then extended offshore. Phase 4. Execution at Sea Control AS Visibility AIS. Automatic Identification System tracks vessel location. Why it matters. Turning it off raises suspicion. Leaving it on reveals your path. What goes wrong? Mishandling AIS draws immediate attention from authorities and tracking services. Insider detail. Some yachts maintain AIS but alter movement patterns to appear routine. Maintain normal behavior. No sudden speed bursts. No erratic course changes. Why it matters. Abnormal patterns trigger monitoring systems. What goes wrong? Even if you're technically allowed to move, suspicious behavior can escalate scrutiny. Pro tip: the safest escape looks boring. Predictable. Uneventful. Damen gas fuel and range carefully. Mega yachts burn massive amounts of fuel. Why it matters. You need enough range to reach a safe jurisdiction without stopping. What goes wrong? Refueling mid-escape exposes you again. Insider detail. Some yachts carry just enough fuel for short trips, forcing strategic planning before departure. Ball 5. Destination strategy: select a safe jurisdiction. Certain regions are less aggressive with enforcement. Why it matters. Reaching the right destination can effectively end the trapped status. What goes wrong? Choosing a high enforcement destination puts you back at square one. Pro tip: historically, regions with strong maritime tourism economies tend to be more accommodating. Cure long-term docking quietly once you arrive. Blending in is key. Why it matters. A high-profile arrival defeats the purpose of a quiet escape. What goes wrong? Media exposure can trigger retroactive enforcement. Insider detail. Some yachts rotate anchorages instead of staying in one marina. Wise operations after arrival. Everything needs to look routine. Crew rotations, maintenance, provisioning. Why it matters. Normal activity reduces suspicion over time. What goes wrong? Staying inactive makes the yacht a target again. Pro tip: the longer a yacht appears ordinary, the less attention it receives. Boss 6. Mistakes and traps. To avoid assuming trapped means immobile. This is the biggest misunderstanding. Many yachts still have operational flexibility, just within limits. Rushing the process, moving too fast creates mistakes. Paperwork errors, poor timing, wrong routes, ignoring political shifts, sanctions and enforcement change quickly. What worked last month might not work today. We're exposing the move leaks, social media, or visible activity can ruin everything. Silence is part of the strategy. Closing. Now here's the part most people never think about. These yachts aren't just moving through water. They're moving through legal systems, political pressure, and global surveillance, all at the same time. And the difference between getting stuck and getting out comes down to understanding the sequence. So I'm curious, if you were on board a mega yacht in that situation, would you play it safe and stay put, or take the calculated risk and move?